thanks for coming in today. So we're going to start off by looking at the timeline, I suppose, looking at the event. And initially what we're going to do is we're going to start from probably when things were at their worst and work backwards. But although we will be looking at your symptoms, but what we're actually going to look at to start off with is just the events that were happening in your life. Yeah? So when do you think things were at their worst?
Things were probably at their lowest for me when I went to see the GP for help.
Okay, so let's put the GP. And when was that? Well,
That was August.
August, the end of August, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Like I said, we're going to do a timeline, like going from there, going backwards. And again, just looking at those events. So the kind of things that are happening in your life prior to that, what was happening prior to you going to the GP?
I'd moved to Melbourne from Geelong to stay with my brother.
Okay.
Just had to get out of Geelong.
How long was that before you went to the GP?
It was probably about a month, so
Okay,
it would have been
okay.
maybe end of July, start August.
Okay. So it's at Geelong, yeah?
Yeah.
Looking at the kind of the events in your life prior to you sort of visiting the GP at the end of August, were there other events going on in your life?
Before I left Geelong, I got evicted from my accommodation.
Oh no.
Yeah, basically I worked in contracting, which is for my IT, and
I'm just going to stop you just there just for a second. So you got evicted from your accommodation.
Yeah.
Was that would have been around the same time?
yeah,
Okay.
so they were like,
Okay. Sorry, you were saying you work in IT and contracting.
yeah, and it's a real hard job to get stable working, so I just wasn't getting hours, which culminated in me getting evicted. I wasn't able to pay my rent.
Any other events sort of prior to that?
Yeah, so my job, I'm a contractor for IT, so I'd say the past maybe month and a half, it was really severe.
Okay, so if we were to say probably around the end of June, somewhere around there, yeah. And anything prior to that? Any other events?
Yeah, I stopped smoking weed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How long before the end of June was it?
I stopped smoking weed, it was the end of May.
End of May. Okay. Okay. Any other events going on?
No,
No. Okay. That's good. That's good.
that was really it.
Okay. Well, let's. Looks like there's quite a lot happening there already. So look, these cards. So I spoke about this last week. The cards are divided into thoughts, feelings, and behaviours. Is there a section that you'd like to start off with first?
Maybe I'll start with thoughts first.
Thoughts. Okay. I'll hand you the cards.
Thank you.
Any you're not sure about, just let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll try and explain what they're asking.
Thoughts are racing, no. Senses seem sharper, no. Thinking you've special powers, no. Thinking that you can read other people's minds, no. Thinking that other people can read your mind, no. Receiving personal messages from the TV or radio, yeah, this was something that happened quite a lot for me. I would have sometimes been watching TV and an advertisement would have came on, and it was from the British MI5. So
Okay. So advertisements for MI5.
yeah, they were sending me messages saying we're going to get you, we're after you. So like, it turns out I just didn't want to look near the TV. I just thought it was sending me these messages.
When was that happening? Do you think on the timeline?
It was, I'd say, just before I went to the GP when things were really bad.
So let me just think. So just about here, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just put that there. And it's so the messages were from MI5.
Yeah.
What sort of things were they saying?
They were just telling me, they're like, we're going to get you. We know everything you've done. It's just real threatening.
Yeah, it sounds really scary.
Yeah, it was really, really bad times then.
Okay.
Having difficulty making decisions, yeah. Experienced that a lot, but I suppose really at the start, it really impacted my job as well. I just couldn't make simple decisions.
So whereabouts would you say that?
Yeah, I'd say it was just around here after I stopped smoking the weed.
Oh, that was after you stopped
Yeah.
smoking. Okay. So you just having a difficult, and that was impacting on your ability to
Yeah.
work. So yeah. Okay.
Experiencing strange sensations, not really. Preoccupied with one or two things, yeah. My preoccupation just solely lay with me being targeted by MI5.
When did that start to happen?
It featured a lot throughout, but I'd say particularly towards the end when things were really bad. It was the only thing I could concentrate on.
About here?
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was just that you were thinking
I was
that.
thinking the British people were out to get me.
Okay, MI5 British people. Okay. Just carry on.
Thinking you might be somebody else. No. Seeing visions or things others cannot see. No. Thinking people are talking about you. Yeah. This was particularly at work. I just felt everybody was out to get me. I was the only Irish person there, and there was a lot of British people, and it definitely culminated in me not getting a lot of work.
When
So
was that happening?
that was just, I'd say, before losing my job. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And so the people that you thought you were talking about, I mean, were these British people, were these people that you'd got on with before? Or
Yeah, that's the thing. I never had issues with people at work,
Okay.
really, until this sort of timeline. We always really got on, and
Okay. Okay. So this was quite a change for you, yeah?
really was.
Okay. Okay.
Thinking people are against you, yeah, that ties in with that card. I suppose it was there. I just felt everybody was out to get me.
So they weren't just talking about
They
you.
weren't. They were out to get me.
Yeah, okay.
They were part. I felt some of them were part of MI5, and they were all collaborating together, and
Oh, wow.
it was really horrible. Having more nightmares, yeah. I've had nightmares the whole way through, but really towards the end, my nightmares were so scary. Just before I went to see the GP, I would have woke up just screaming in sweats. It was horrible.
Okay. Were there any particular themes to the nightmares?
Yeah, it was just a theme of being chased, of someone chasing me down the street, and I don't know whether it was MI5, was it someone British, but it was just that constant fear of running and being chased.
Okay.
Having difficulty concentrating, yeah, particularly it was linked to my job as well around this decision. Just the smallest thing, I couldn't concentrate on it. My mind was elsewhere all the time. It was horrible. Thinking bizarre things, yeah. Like, I know now, looking back, that it was bizarre, but at the time it didn't seem bizarre to me.
What sort of things?
Like, I'd be walking down the street and I would just be like, that man there, that man's been following me for the past 2 weeks. Like, I got these ideas in my head.
Yeah.
And,
The people were following you?
yeah.
Was it anybody particular, or was it just
Just
random people?
random people in the street. Thinking your thoughts are controlled, no. Hearing voices, yeah, sometimes I would have heard just, they're out to get you. The MI5 are here to get you, like.
Oh, wow. When was that happening?
That happened, I'd say, once I moved to Melbourne.
So around about here,
Yeah, it was, I suppose, being in a new environment didn't help either, but wasn't happening all the time. It was particularly when I was on my own and after I hadn't had much sleep.
Okay.
I found when I didn't get much sleep, the voices just were stronger.
Okay. Okay.
Thinking the part of you's changed shape, no. I think that's all the thinking cards.
Okay, you did really well. Was that okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite confronting, but it's good to map it all out.
Now, are you right if we continue for today?
Yeah, yeah.
So we've got feelings and we've got behaviours. Which one would you prefer?
Maybe do feelings. Thank you. Feeling helpless or useless? No. Feeling afraid of going crazy? No. Feeling sad or low? Yeah. I was so sad.
Why are you feeling sad?
Just particularly, I'd say, when I got evicted from
Yeah,
my
okay.
accommodation and lost a job all within that short space of time. It was just horrible. Really, really bad. Feeling anxious or restless, yeah, anxiety the whole way through, but I suppose particularly at the start. Just when I stopped smoking the weed, I
Okay.
couldn't settle. Like, I know weed's not good for you, but it really just helped me relax, and I just needed a break. I just knew it wasn't good for me. I was just sick of having that same routine. I just wanted something
Okay.
different in my life. Feeling increasingly religious, no. Feeling like you're being watched, yeah. Particularly towards the end, when we would have been thinking
Right.
bizarre things. Like, I just felt that people were watching me on the street. I'd walk into a cafe and there would be people there, and they would just look up at me as if they all knew who I was. And
So you knew? What did you think? What did you think? Why did you think they would
I
recognise
thought they were part of MI5. I thought it's so great. I thought most of the people in the community were part of MI5.
So everybody around you? Yeah. Okay.
Feeling isolated, yeah. Particularly after not getting much work. I wasn't seeing anyone, so I would have been
Yeah.
around here, yeah. I was so lonely. Feeling tired or lacking energy, yeah. The whole way through, but I suppose definitely around this stage, just when I was lost my accommodation and just no energy whatsoever.
Okay.
Feeling confused or puzzled, not really. Feeling forgetful or far away, no. Feeling in another world, no. Feeling strong or powerful, no. Feeling unable to cope with everyday tasks, yeah. I suppose links into this here, just simple things just became so hard for me. Even cooking, cleaning, doing my job.
Yeah, you mentioned about the work as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. So it sounds like you're really struggling with just everyday things. Yeah.
Feeling like you're being punished, no. Feeling like you cannot trust other people, yeah. Again, everybody was out to get me. I suppose I'd put that at work because that's what I was seeing around most people, and everybody at work, I couldn't trust anyone.
Okay.
I had no one. Feeling irritable, yeah, I was irritable the whole way through, but I think particularly towards the end, just before seeing the GP, I remember going to him and just letting my anger out in him and
Yeah.
just saying, "You're part of MI5 too, you're out to get me." Like, I remember roaring at him, like being really angry, and I think that was just at my lowest point, so.
Okay. Let's just put this right here, right at the end. Yeah. So. Okay.
Feeling like you do not need sleep, no, I was so tired. Feeling guilty, no. Feelings, that's feelings. No.
Feelings. Okay. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You right if we continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got this last set to go through. So we've got behaviours.
Okay. Thank you. Difficulty sleeping, yeah. The whole way through, but I suppose particularly towards the end when I was hearing the voices, particularly.
Okay. You mentioned about those. So were they mainly at night then when you were hearing those? Or?
Yeah, mainly at night and mainly when I couldn't get sleep.
Okay. Okay.
Speech comes out jumbled with odd words. No. Talking or smiling to yourself. Definitely wasn't smiling that much. Acting suspiciously as if being watched. Yeah. This was something I done quite a lot. Like I would go out and like wear disguises, like wear a hat, so like I was covert, like undercover, so nobody could see me. Like, I would just wear all these strange things, like when I was out, like, so.
So people couldn't see who
Yeah,
you were?
yeah.
Okay.
I'd say particularly towards when I'd moved to Melbourne, it was really, really bad.
Okay, so that would have been around about here, yeah?
Yeah.
So wearing disguises when you're going out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Behaving oddly for no reason. I thought there was a reason, so I'm not going to say that one. Spend time alone, yeah. Particularly after, I'd say just before getting evicted, I was always by myself. I'd say here.
Okay. He's already said you were feeling isolated around that
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So it was just another behaviour. Neglecting your appearance, no. Didn't really do that. Acting like you're somebody else, no. Not seeing people, yeah. Again, spend time alone.
Okay. So was this because you didn't want to see people, or?
It's not that I didn't want to, it's just everyone was out to get me.
Okay.
I didn't trust anyone. I couldn't trust anyone.
Yeah. So all your sort of former friends and.
No, I just stopped seeing everyone.
Okay.
It was much easier just to be by myself than have to worry about that.
Okay.
People out to get me.
Do you want like a?
Not eating. No, I still eating was my only source of comfort. Not leaving the house. Yeah, again, that would have been before I was actually evicted. I
Yeah.
wasn't leaving the house.
Was there a
I had
reason?
no job. Again, MI5 were gonna get me. The British people were gonna get me if I stepped outside my house. Behaving like a child, no. Refusing to do simple requests, no. Drinking more, no. Alcohol's never really been a big feature for me. Smoking more, no. I'd stopped the cannabis. Movements are slow, no. I was very erratic and fast paced. Unable to sit down for long, no. Behaving aggressively. Was never aggressive, but I was definitely angry.
You mentioned about
Yeah.
shouting at the GP.
Yeah, I suppose that would be aggressive. Like, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I suppose it was aggressive what I done. I lost it with him. He was a British doctor, and it was like the final nail in the coffin. I just completely lost it. Yeah.
You thought he was in on the plot, and.
Yeah, that's behaviour stuff.
Okay. Was that okay?
Yeah, it's really good to see it all mapped out, and just, I suppose, things were really bad towards the end, and I think that shows through what was happening. so-
Absolutely. You can see. I think everything that's happening here. It just sounds like it was a really, really scary time. Eh? We won't have time today, but what I thought we could do is try to sort of put this into kind of a little bit of a plan next week. So we could look at sort of the early sort of stuff over here, the middle, late, and then very late things, and just start thinking about what kind of interventions we could use, looking at things that help you cope, looking at who you might want to contact, just the stuff that does work for you, really. Start looking at that, yeah?
That'd be really good.
Okay, thanks, Breda.
Thank you so much. That was really good, Simon.